Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Kitchen Kolony. And today I'll be preparing ackee, Jamaica's national dish, but instead of our saltfish, I'll be using chicken back. And guys, I've not had this for years. Now it's such a treat to prepare it today, and I'd like to take you along. So sit back and watch as I do this. Let's look at the things we need to prepare it. A tin of ackee, I don't have the fresh one, which would be nice. One small onion, a small tomato, and I'll be using a piece of Scotch bonnet pepper. I'll be using some bell peppers, some jerk seasoning, black pepper, and that's a must, salt, and then some powdered seasoning for the chicken back, because we have to season our chicken back nicely. Now it was difficult for me to get chicken back, so I had to buy chicken and cut the back away until I got enough. You will notice how fleshy the chicken back is. It's because I was able to leave a bit of this meaty part on the chicken back. If you bought it in the store, you would not see it like this. You may remove the skin if you want, but I will not, and you'll see why I leave my skin on. Now make sure you cut the chicken back in small pieces, not big chunks, small pieces. I've washed and cleaned the meat, and now it's time for seasoning. Now you have to season this properly, Remember, it's chicken. You have to season it properly so that it's flavorful when you're eating. And I'm going to be adding half of the amount of the black pepper I have there, which is about 2 spoons of black pepper, because black pepper is a must for ackee. And I'm going to add salt because we want the meat to be a bit salty. Now in my container, I have half a teaspoon of Szechuan seasoning, a teaspoon of all-purpose seasoning, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper with a pinch of salt, about half a teaspoon of salt, and I'm mixing it together to season the chicken. Put it away and allow it to marinate for at least half an hour. When it's time for frying, I am going to add a very small amount of oil, and I'll show you why. I'm using my brush to brush the oil around the pan so that when I put the meat in, they will start the frying process, and you'll see the skin will start bringing out its natural oil. Now you may use that in the air fryer, you'll get that crisp what you want, but I don't want to do that because I want the drippings of the meat in the pan when I'm ready to cook the ackee. This method takes a little longer, but because you could easily use a lot of oil and cause to fry quickly. But what this does, it forces the meat to become crisp. The oil in the skin comes out and forces the meat to become crisp, and you see what I mean. So what I did, I just put it on, get on with household chores, and come and turn them occasionally, and until I got my desired color. Now, one thing I forgot to mention was that take your stove down to medium and allow it to take its time to fry. Notice the pot is not filled with oil, and that little black thing that I'm scraping to the side, that's what I was looking for, because it does add flavor to your meat, to your dish actually. Next, I'm going to add about a tablespoon, or maybe a little bit more of a tablespoon of oil, because I need to fry my vegetables now. Now keep your stove on medium and then add all your seasonings and allow it to fry slowly. Now I'm reserving the Scotch bonnet pepper because I didn't want it too hot, and I'll add it later. After about 5 minutes, this is what we have. Notice the drippings has now dissolved and blended with the seasoning. Now I'm adding my Scotch bonnet pepper at this point. Next, we're going to put the meat in and allow the vegetable to continue steaming along with the meat. We don't want any water in this, so we're going to use the juice from the vegetable to continue to steam and penetrate the meat. And we're going to leave it for another 5 minutes. Now it's time to put our ackee in. And guys, I wish I had the fresh ackee or add more ackee. But boy, tin ackee is very expensive here. So we put our ackee in. We can't stir. We just have to shake the pot for a little while and allow it to steam. Because what we'll have a breakage and it starts looking like butter because it's actually tin ackee. At this point, I'm adding the rest of the black pepper, and I'm going to add some salt if it needs it, but I'll taste it after it fries for a little while. Notice I'm using my spatula to gently stir because I don't want it to break. I want it to maintain its shape. So just stir it gently, then allow it to fry again. Allow it to fry for about 2 minutes, and then you taste to see whether or not you need salt, and if you need it, add it. Now give it a shake and allow it to fry for another 2 minutes, and then you turn your stove off. Here you have it, ackee and chicken back done. Oh guys, it was so delicious. Guys, I enjoyed every bite of this meal. I ate everything, including the bones. Man, it was so delicious. It brought back memories. I hope it brought back memories for you too. If you enjoyed what you've just watched, then remember to share, like it, give me a thumbs up and continue to send your wonderful comments. And if you have not yet subscribed, please remember to subscribe. To all my subscribers, thank you for subscribing and thank you for coming back faithfully every week to watch. Thank you again. Bye bye.